Nottingham Forest to play in the Europa League next season or this season, while Crystal Palace have been demoted into the Conference League. So looking at the impact of that demotion on Crystal Palace, because yes, you look at the stories exactly behind that. The American businessman John Textor at some point owned 43%, which he has sold already, but then maybe they didn't declare on time. But then just look at the impact of them dropping from the Europa League to the Conference League. I'm looking at some key players in the Crystal Palace squad. After they defeated Liverpool yesterday, winning the Community Shield, the sad news came today that they won't be playing in the Europa League after winning the FA Cup against Manchester City. So I'm just thinking about the influence that's going to have on their team. They have three good players. Mateta is at Crystal Palace. You have Eberechi Eze, also at Crystal Palace, who is being courted by Arsenal right now. And you're also looking at Marc Guehi. So because you look at the story concerning Marc Guehi today, Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish says the club will sell the captain this summer to avoid him going on a free next season. Now we know that Liverpool needs reinforcement behind. In fact, I mentioned it yesterday after their match against the Crystal Palace that they need to shove up that defense. They need to bring in quality signing in that defense, but Crystal Palace value Marc Guehi at £40 million. Liverpool would not pay £40 million for Marc Guehi, knowing fully well that he might go on a free next season. Now, Crystal Palace want to make some money on Marc Guehi, so this can go down to the wire. This can go down to the last 2 days of the transfer window. But so you're looking at three quality players that might consider playing Champions League football or playing Europa League football. Now, Marc Guehi, if he goes to Liverpool to play, is definitely going to play Champions League football. Eberechi is there. The conversation is there that Arsenal might make a bid for Eberechi is there very soon. They want Eberechi is there. Will Eberechi is there want to stay back and play in the Conference League for Crystal Palace? And you also have Mateta, fantastic number 9, for Crystal Palace. We saw his penalty yesterday. A number 9, a traditional number 9, a number 9 of the ages, because he's just so little up front. He also might be considering his options if Tottenham comes in for him, because we also have stories that the Brazilian in Tottenham, the Brazilian number 9, Tottenham might be leaving. If Tottenham comes in for Mateta, won't he leave? So that's really considering just the impact of that verdict from the Court of Arbitration for Sport, demoting Crystal Palace completely from the Europa League to the Conference League. So that is quite sad.